In this section we will minimally populate our newly created model, generate a website from it and publish it to GitHub Pages. We will use the diagram representation at this early stage of modeling. To create a new diagram representation, right-click on an action for which the diagram will be created. Select New Representation and then New Action Diagram. Give the new diagram a descriptive name. Currently we have only one action with two representations, tree and diagram. It is possible to have multiple representations per model element. For example, we can have more than one diagram or tree representation per action. Click on the action node label or select the node and press F2 to activate in-place label editing and change the title of the root node to Joe Doe. Create another action by clicking on the action icon in the palette and then on the diagram canvas. Change the title to Resume. Then create a child relationship from the root node to the resume node. Click on the child icon in the palette, then click on the root node and after that on the resume node. Keep in mind that the title is used only in the model, it is not output to the generated HTML. What is output to HTML is the text attribute. So we need to set the attribute. In our model, values of the title and the text attributes will be the same. However, it doesn't have to be the case. For example, action text can contain substitution tokens with values taken from some external source. It may be a database to create multiple sites from one template model. Or it can be a localization resource to create a version of the site in a different language. Now we need an icon. Let's use an avatar from GitHub. The same process for the resume node. Set text and then icon. This time we will use a line awesome icon. We will also set a tooltip. Let's generate a site. It can be done by right-clicking on the root node in the Model Explorer or on the diagram and selecting Generate Application. Now we have a new folder docs with two HTML files which have meaningless names. It is not exactly what we want. As a matter of fact, we don't want to have a page for the root action. Therefore, we will set its activator type to none. And for the principal action we will set it to index.html so we get a meaningful page name. We generate again and there is index.html file in the docs folder. Let's open it in a web browser. Here we go. Not much, but we've just started. The next step is to share our new site with the world by publishing it to GitHub Pages. So, back to Eclipse. Open the Git staging view. select our repository if it is not already selected. Drag the changes and then commit and push to the origin. Now back to the browser and navigate to our repository. Sign in. Then go to the settings. Scroll down to the GitHub Pages section. Select Master Branch, Docs folder. Once the page reloads, scroll down to the GitHub Pages once again and click on the site URL. Lo and behold! Our site is now available at a public URL. Isn't it wonderful?